to win the game there. So he earned his nickname that night, Spencer Hanamatic.
Talk about two players. I know we've got some players in the building tonight that we'll be talking to later on. But, again, teams, it's not an individual sport, but at the same time, some of those individuals, like you just talked about, rose to the occasion for their teams throughout the season.
Well, we're going to talk about players tonight. We're talking about Kaden Curry and Carson Steele. I mean, again, they have their team still in it. And, again, they're on a mission. Again, what they went through last year, in fact, I had them pick to win the state championship last year. They're coming back. They're on a mission this year, and I think they're going to get it done. Now, if I want to talk about a team that I thought probably should have been a little bit better than what they were, a little bit disappointing, I have to go with the Pike Red Devils.
Yep.
They come out 2-0. They knock off Zionsville. They knock off Fishers. They're at home. They have Ben Davis coming in who hadn't won a game. They had actually been beat up, and they were set up nicely. You win that game, it's a program-setting game for Pike. Ben Davis comes in and just runs them off the field, and Pike ends up winning one more game for the rest of the season. So with Kyron Montgomery and Xavier Simpson, I think they had the pieces in place. They just didn't get it done, so that was kind of a disappointment for me.
Talk about the defending state champions. They weren't expected to do as much as they did this year. For me, it was a bit of a surprise to see Carmel do as well as they did because they lost so much from last year's state title-winning team. So talk about a team that was 9-3 and so close. A great game last week, but they just fell a little bit short to Ben Davis to get going to the semi-states to face Center Grove this Friday.
Carmel, another team who got a little bit of a slow start coming out, but they went on a roll there. Osborne had them playing well. I mean, Zach White, you couldn't do anything with him. And Colton Parker, I mean, they just had a team, and I'm just mentioning a few names. There are plenty of others who I could mention. The Brownsburg game, everyone talked about how good Brownsburg was, and they looked great on film. Let me tell you, I really didn't expect Carmel to go down there and handle them the way they did, but they did. Osborne got hurt in that game.
Yep.
And so you go into a game with Ben Davis and you have to go to a guy, Lukowski, as your quarterback, not as much experience, and I think that doomed them. But again, they fought hard. They had a great season. Hats off to the defending state champions. But again, we're going to have a new champion this year.
Absolutely. Lawrence North, a school that better known for their basketball program the last few years, a guy that we'll talk to later on this evening, put them on the map, so to speak, as far as not just in the mid-conference, but also put on alert for the whole state. And Donovan McCauley and those Lawrence North Wildcats, 7-4. Maybe not the results they always wanted, but something that's they could definitely build on. Coach Mallory and his staff can build on for years to come. The foundation that McCauley and this senior class has made for the past 4 years.
Definitely a foundation you can build on. They can find another McCauley to play quarterback the next couple of years.
Absolutely.
But that program, I'm very proud of that program. Winning the sectional title, I think when they had to go down and play Warren at Warren, you're playing against the Warren mystique. Because Warren really had a down year this year, and everyone expected LN to win that game, and they just went in there and just didn't get it done.
Absolutely. Well, that's it for the recap for the mid-conference season. Again, we still have two teams in it this Friday, semi-state. Ben Davis taking on Center Grove. We're going to send it over to Aaliyah with a special guest.
And you'll be sure to see this special guest on the field on Friday. How are you, Kaden Curry?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, with me, I have the Defensive Player of the Year. This is your second time. How do you feel?
It's good. I mean, I got to take it to my whole defense. They all helped me out this year and last year, so it's been nice.
All right. So, you haven't won it yet. No. I have it now. So, in order to get the trophy from me, we got to see your defense, right? Defensive Player of the Year. So, you have to answer all these questions correctly in order to get it, all right? You think you can take me on?
I got you.
Okay. All right. First question. What's your favorite class?
I'd probably say math.
Math? Any tips for anybody learning virtually?
Just stay on top of your stuff, honestly.
All right. Let's move to the field. What are you listening to before the game?
Just anything. I listen to rap mostly, Lil Baby.
What's your favorite DaBaby song? Or Little Baby song? Wrong baby. Sorry.
Probably To the Top.
To the Top? Okay, that's a bop. It's a bop. Speaking of the game, what's your favorite pregame meal?
We normally get Chick-fil-A as a team, so that's pretty nice.
Are you a nuggets or a sandwich guy?
Sandwich, definitely.
Awesome. They're great sandwiches. What's your pregame ritual?
Mostly just listening to music, stretching out, and just hanging out.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit. The holidays are coming up. What's on your wish list?
Just shoes and clothes mostly.
What's like your, like, if I can get this shoe, like, thanks mom and dad, or thanks everybody?
I mean, I don't really have a specific shoe, anything from Nike mostly.
Okay, you heard him. Make sure you start shopping now. Get those deals in. And what's your favorite memory from the season so far?
I mean, definitely just beating Cathedral because we both were both ranked teams, and it was just really nice just to beat another ranked team and play some good competition. Even though all of it's good competition, but it was probably the #1 team.
Final question, and probably the hardest question. Give me your best Coach Moore impression.
Get on the line. That's all it is.
Thank you so much, Kaden, and congratulations. We'll hear more from him later on in the show, but first we're going to take a quick break.
You can't put a price on peace of mind, so we don't. With Tom Wood's lifetime powertrain coverage, you're protected for unlimited miles and unlimited time, all at no cost to you. Find the car you want the way you want at tomwood.com.
So as you saw earlier, we announced our Defensive Player of the Year. We have Bill sitting with Kaden Curry to talk a little bit more. Take it away, Bill.
All right. Thank you very much, Aaliyah. Kaden Curry, Defensive Player of the Year for the MIC Conference in this kind of weird mixed season. Talk first about, before we get into you, talk about the season as far as, like, you know, how different it was preparation for when you first got into workouts until now, how much, you know, you really had to grow as a team and had to really be careful of the protocols so that you guys could keep playing.
I mean, definitely just after the season, we were all just thinking we want that bad. So we were, over the off season, we were just getting after it and workouts, just finding anywhere to go, any hill, anything to run up. And we all just kind of got after it, and we all stayed to ourselves.
All righty. Well, talk about football, the beginning. You know, little Kaden Curry, if there ever was a little Kaden Curry. So talk about when you first got started in football. When was that?
Definitely, I mean, I was as long as I can think of, honestly. Both my brothers played, and I always just try to play with them. And I played in kindergarten. I played up 2nd, 3rd grade with them, so I could just play with them all my life.
Talk about that moment when you first started to feel like you could do this, you could play at a high level this game of football.
I mean, honestly, I was always just bigger and faster than kids, so just getting out on the field and just over-dominating kids, it kind of just said, I mean, I could take this to the next level, I think.
So it was always like, you know, when you're kindergarten, you almost were facing 2nd and 3rd graders, and you were trying to always face the bigger kids just to, you know, have that competition and make sure you could always do better.
Definitely.
All right. Well, then, you know, talk about you're a junior in high school. So usually we have seniors sitting here. You're a junior. You're also 6'5", 250. So it's not like, you know, you're a typical junior. And like you said, you've been, you know, bigger and stronger than most kids your age. But, you know, not long ago you were a freshman. Freshman to this year. What's changed? What has helped you develop into the player that you are today sitting here with us?
I mean, definitely just getting in the weight room, lifting as much as I can, using my speed. I mean, just getting faster and stronger. I mean, really all it could help.
Talk about the team around you, because again, football is not an individual sport. It is a team sport, and you guys we're the favorites coming into this season. You're the favorites going into Friday night, and still the pick to win the 6A title this year by most experts. And, you know, and I'm not an expert, but I'll say it too. You're my pick too. So talk about, you know, the fact that you're on a line that most coaches would dream of as far as the defensive front. You have good offensive line. You've got players around you that can help you be better. Talk about those guys, especially with this, again, weird COVID year, getting to semi-state and playing Ben Davis Friday night.
I mean, definitely our whole team, it's been great having them. They all work hard. We all work as hard as we can on the off season. And I mean, our O-line, they're so big. I mean, it's hard to go against them in practice, honestly. And Carson, having him in the backfield, he's nice. Having Taven, having Connor Delph, having Daniel Weems, everybody, and then just our defense playing lights out this year. So it's been really nice to have everybody.
Talk about that offensive line. Is it that much better to go against as good a line as you guys have offensively? Does that make you that much better as a defensive player?
Definitely. I mean, having them in practice, going against them every single day, definitely helps out a lot.
You know, your best memory so far, you talked about it with Aaliyah, but is it that Cathedral game? Is there another memory that stands out to you, throughout this weird 2020 football season?
I mean, that Cathedral game was pretty special. I mean, it's probably our most close game and the most hard we ever worked. We got to play four quarters finally, so I mean, it was really nice.
You guys have an offense that is not necessarily conservative, but it's very old school, and it works a lot because, again, you've seen the success not just at the high school level, but you see it throughout your years growing up in center row. Talk about what Coach Moore and your defensive coaches also have done to really help prepare you for this moment that's coming up for semi-state and trying to get back to Lucas Oil Stadium.
I mean, definitely it was hard at the beginning, not being able to do anything. We didn't even know if we were having a season, honestly, so we were all just kind of bummed out. But then, I mean, we kept going, and week by week we've been keeping going, and honestly just staying on top of it with our speed and everything, and just keeping in the weight room and wherever we can find a weight room, and just all of us just working.
Lastly, who do you want to thank? It's not just your teammates, but there's other people around you want to thank here, since we're all live on the McNetwork.in and Facebook Live and YouTube and all those services. Who would you like to thank? As far as not just your coaches and whatnot, but you're also your family.
Definitely my mom, my dad, all my family. They definitely get me growing up to be the player I am and the person I am today.
Defensive Player of the Year for the Mick Conference this year, it's Kaden Curry. We'll send it back over to Aaliyah with some other special guests.
Thank you, Bill. And I'm here with our 2 Offensive Players of the Years. Now, if you guys have been following the season, you know that these 2 have done an amazing job. So we just couldn't pick 2, so why not both, right? So congratulations, you guys. How does it feel?
It feels amazing, definitely be able to come out and play this year, especially with all the virus and stuff going on like that. So definitely a cool thing to represent.
And how about you, Donovan?
I'll just piggyback off of what he said. Just the COVID thing, it kind of messed up everything, and just coming out here and being able to play is just a blessing.
All righty. So I don't know if you guys saw, but I kind of put Kayden in the hot seat, so I have to do the same to you guys just to keep it fair. All right, so I have a series of questions for you guys to answer, and if you get them correct, then you get your trophies. Okay? All right, first things first, what's your favorite class? I'm going to go to Donovan first.
My favorite class is probably econ.
Ooh, really? So what are some tips for those seniors out there taking econ virtually or the hybrid schedule? How are you staying up to date on your work?
You just got to pay attention in class, because if you don't, you'll really get caught behind. So.
Yeah, you heard it. What about you, Carson?
I'd probably say math. That's one of my good subjects. So, and keeping on top of things when you're on the iPad and stuff like that. Make sure you're paying attention to everything.
Great answers. Those are both my least favorite subjects. So for you guys to love those things, that's awesome. All right, what's your go-to get hype song?
I kind of have a little bit of variety here and there. I'll listen to Kayden, his songs and stuff. He'll be playing them in the locker room, everything on a big speaker. So it just depends. I listen to rap. That's basically my main subject.
So Kayden's okay to have the aux. Yeah. He passed the vibe test?
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely does.
What about you, Donovan?
My hype song is probably Book Bag by Polo G and Big K Beezy. Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys are seniors this year. It was a crazy year. Will they, won't they play? What are some memories that you guys really cherish from this year?
Just being able to be on the field with my friends, because it was really hard just to get out there and do everything like normally and stuff like that. So just being on the field with them.
How about you, Carson?
Yeah, coming off what he said, with the virus and stuff like that, you didn't see any fans or anything like that, but the people who came, supported you and stuff like that. So very thankful for that, getting to watch that game by game.
All right, switching gears. Holidays are coming up. What are you most excited to see on the table? Thanksgiving is right around the corner. What are you excited to see? I'm gonna go back to you, Carson.
Obviously turkey, stuff like that. I like a little bit of cornbread here and there, so just mix it up.
I'm excited to see some yams, some green beans, and probably some rolls.
Some rolls, okay, all right, getting all the carbs in. I feel you guys. Who is your favorite player, or who do you model your game after most?
I like to watch Dalvin Cook, Christian McCaffrey, some of those big guys, Leonard Fournette as well, some of the big-time running backs in the NFL right now.
What about you, Donovan?
I like to watch Deshaun Watson.
Okay, now I've been giving you guys the same questions, but I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Carson, what's your hair routine? What conditioner are we using?
I like to use the old 2-in-1, the Apple. That's what I like the best. You see Odell using it here and there in the commercials.
Donovan, what's your dream car?
My dream car is a G-Wagon.
G-Wagon? Okay, nice. All right. And Carson, one more question for you. I saw online that you have a little mini-me.
Yeah,
Tell me a little bit about that.
He's a great kid. His name's Zachary. You know, he always comes out, supports every game, and he wears a mini steel shirt with number 30 on it. So, you know, it's just a true blessing, you know, watch him come out, you know, always cheer us on and everything. It's a great opportunity and stuff like that. So.
All right, I think they passed the test. What do you guys think? All right, congratulations, both of you guys. It's been an honor to watch you guys on the field, and you've had an amazing season. Best of luck this weekend, and best of luck to you in your career. When we come back, we'll talk to these guys a little bit more. Bill will have a more in-depth conversation with these two. You're watching the McNetwork Player of the Year Awards. The McNetwork Game of the Week is a proud product of Frontrunner Media's Next Generation initiative. Thanks to Frontrunner, the McNetwork Game of the Week allows students around the MIC to get hands-on experience while working alongside media professionals. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the hardworking students that make it possible. The McNetwork, led by students, powered by champions. Welcome back to the McNetwork Player of the Year Awards. We heard from Kaden Curry just a little bit ago. Bill Whitehair is going to talk to both Donovan McCulley and Carson Steele a little bit more. But first, we'd like to take the time to thank Tom Wood Automotive Group for allowing us to be here today. You see this nice car? Don't you see these nice whips we have here? All of this, we want to just thank them for allowing us to be here. And make sure when you are getting that car, or you're thinking about that special someone over the holiday season, that you stop in and tell them we sent you. All right, Bill, take it away.
All right, thank you, Aaliyah. Here with the co-offensive players of the year for the MIC Football Conference, Donovan McCulley and Carson Steele. First off, congratulations, guys, on a great season. I know, Carson, you still got a game or two left. Donovan, great career at Lawrence North, really paved the way to hopefully better things for that program and Coach Mallory and his staff. Let's talk to you first. Again, not just a passer, but a dual threat quarterback, a good athlete. When you first got in, your freshman year, was that the expectation, or what were your expectations getting in there and playing the position of quarterback?
My expectations were, I thought I was going to come in junior year and start, but my brother, he kind of gave me an opportunity to play. So I'm really thankful for my brother.
Almost 5,000 passing yards, over 1,000 yards rushing for your career at Lawrence North. It's something to where, again, we talked about it off camera. Lawrence North, very well known for their basketball program. You changed that perception around the MIC and around the state, making it more of a football school than it has been in many years.
Yeah.
Talk about that success there the past 4 years under Coach Mallory.
Coach Mal, he came a long way, because from when he came in 2013, the program wasn't where it is now. So looking at it now, it's just you can't be you just got to thank Coach Mal, because he just works so hard, and everything he does for the team is just amazing.
Do you have a good Coach Mallory impression?
My best one is probably he'll say this in practice. He'll if you don't practice, you ain't playing. So
okay.
That's probably my best one.
All right. That's a good saying. That's a good saying. So, Carson, it feels like it's been forever for you at Center Grove, because seeing you your freshman year 4 years ago burst on the scene, have a great year rushing the football with that team. Talk about the evolution from your freshman year to now. You've had some bumps along the way, some injuries, but the freshman year and this year seem to have very similar feels to it, where you had a lot of success on the ground behind a great offensive line.
Oh yeah, definitely. You always got to thank them first. Blocking, going forward. All 4 years had great dudes playing and blocking up there. Just very thankful for the virus and stuff going on right now. You just be able to get to play. Actually, that's just a true blessing with injury and stuff as well. So everything's starting to click and everything's starting to work out. How were those feelings as going into your senior year, knowing you might not play, knowing that season might not happen, because we didn't know, there was a lot of unknowns with the football season, not just at high school level, but with all levels of football? Yeah, it's definitely a tough feeling, seeing with the virus and stuff, especially after junior year, it didn't go so well. It just kind of hurt me, it's that feeling in the back of your head, maybe you might not get a senior year, not. So it's just one of those like ifs or why.
Absolutely. Talk about what Coach Moore and his staff has meant to you, not just in your high school career because you've known him longer than that, but talk about your relationship with him and his staff and what the coaching staff has meant to you, especially again during these tough times.
Oh yeah, definitely a blessing. Put in so many hours a week, preparing for football and stuff, and then you'll go down to the Bantam fields where the little kids play, and you'll see him watching games and stuff. So he's always there supporting. He's done it ever since I was young. I remember talking to him, kindergarten, first grade and stuff, and that's what he did to every single kid. So everybody just has a bond with him. He's almost like a second dad to you, when you need to talk to anything besides football, he's there for you. So it's just a blessing to have them there.
For those kids that were looking up to you, kind of like how you were looking up to players growing up, that will look up to you, what would you tell them, those future Wildcats that one day might want to put on that same jersey that you put on for these last 4 years and made the program and helped make the program what it is today?
First, I'd say keep your grades right, and then just keep working hard, get in the weight room, and just listen to everything that Coach Miles says.
Absolutely, absolutely. When you started football, was this the expectation, or was there more now?
Yeah, I always expected to go to college and be one of those great players, and I don't know, it's just a blessing, honestly. Like, I didn't know that I would be this good, so.
Well, you were definitely that good. We saw that this season. We expect better things from you next year from the both of you. We know that you've already made your commitment to Indiana University. Carson, we know that you're still yet to make that decision, but you still got a little bit of time to make that decision as well. And you still have a few games left, at least one, if not more than that, left in the season. Folks, thank you so much, guys, for what you did for your programs for the last 4 years, but also for this season. It was a treat to watch you guys play. It'll be a treat to watch you guys play at the next level. Thank you so much for being the co-offensive players of the year. And with that, we'll send it back to Aaliyah.
Thank you, Bill. And we just want to take another second to congratulate those two young men. They are not only outstanding players on the field, but outstanding people in general in their communities, and then also they take care of business in the classroom. Here at the McNetwork, we would like to take the time to not only recognize the athlete, but the student athlete. So congratulations to you two, and we appreciate all the hard work that you've put in these past 4 years, and we can't wait to see what you will do in the future. When we come back, we have some exciting news about a new streaming platform for high school. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Colin Pop Jones. Cumberland, this is Kyle speaking.
Welcome back. Bill Whitehair here with a few guests talking about a new service that you can expect to see in the next few years, hopefully in the many, many years to come. And that is PrepStream. And we'll talk about this first with Mr. Gary Naylor. Gary, thank you so much for joining us here. Talk about what PrepStream is.
Great. Thanks, Bill. Well, first of all, hey, congratulations to all of the Player of the Year, guys. You really deserved it. I've watched you guys play throughout this whole pandemic, and you guys have done an awesome job of just keeping your fans engaged. So PrepStream. PrepStream is a platform that's been developed primarily for high schools that are looking to continue to promote not only their athletics, Bill, but also any type of extracurricular activity. We know that during this whole pandemic, individuals have been struggling, meaning schools have been struggling with how to stay connected to their community and their fans, with all of the social distancing guidelines and things of that nature. So we decided to come up with an opportunity and a platform that's going to allow schools to stay engaged with their fans and with their community.
What made you decide to go after this platform and try to fill this need for the communities that are getting hit very hard, some of them tremendously hard by this virus and this epidemic?
Right. As I said, with the whole COVID-19 pandemic, we know that social distancing, washing your hand, wearing your mask, and pretty much not being in public places is going to be what's going to help us contain this situation. So when this thing really happened, we sit down, and when I say we, meaning Front Runner, and we've been doing the MIG Network, and we've been live streaming games for a long time. So we thought about what if we can create something that will allow schools, to be able to videotape their games, or videotape their performing arts, or videotape their cheerleading competitions, or whatever, and then put it to use on a streaming platform. And then also, we know that schools were struggling, especially the athletic programs, were struggling with the, making up for the funds that they were losing at the gates, because they could no longer charge people to come in, and they needed to make money. So we created a platform that only will allow them to keep their fans and their community engaged, but also will allow them to be able to generate some income through that platform as well.
Bill, I'm going to have you say your last name for me.
Demery.
So I asked twice, and I know I was going to get it wrong. Bill Demery from Tomwood Automotive Group. Talk about what attracted the Tomwood Automotive Group to this particular project.
Yeah, when we've done a little work with Front Runner, and I've gotten an opportunity to see what they do for the community, and it really touched us, so we partnered up on some other items. And then when they approached me with this opportunity, we really, we jumped into the opportunity to support local business. It was really a no-brainer for us to be involved in what the initiatives that they're trying to pull off. I think it's fantastic to be able to open an opportunity for your family and distant family to be able to watch a sporting activity or any activities going on in the school. So it was pretty easy for us to decide we want to be on board and help in any way we can.
What was that motivating factor that led you guys to making that final decision? Because again, a lot of these things, sometimes they'll grow in the conception, as far as ideas, but they won't actually fulfill to an actual product. What was that motivating factor for you guys to really put your name by this?
Honestly, it was believing in the Front Runner mission. I look around at the students that he's been able to place in his industry and help create an awareness of an opportunity. And when we partnered up on other things, it was pretty easy to say we believe and trust in what they're trying to accomplish, and we want to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Gary, key features. What's going to set PrepStream apart from some of the other streaming platforms that we may see today, thanks to this COVID pandemic, and why we're having to social distance so much?
Very great. Well, before I talk about the key features, I do want to just thank Tomwood Group. Bill, I don't take it lightly when he say, the things that we're doing at Front Runner and through the Next Generation Initiative. He's really he and his team has really gravitated to what we've done, and they decided to not only gravitate but put some money behind what we were trying to accomplish. So we do thank Tomwood Group for that, for trusting in us to be able to get it done. But as we think about the key features, I mentioned a few things. One is it's all about the community, their content, and your control. We want the community and the schools to have control over all the content that they want their community and their fans to see. That's one thing. The platform will allow a school to pretty much embed their logos, their backdrops, and they can really make it look and feel like however they want to make it look and feel for their school, what's going to be most advantageous to them. And then they have the ability to live stream any events that they like to live stream. I mean, they can charge what they want to charge. If they want to make the event free, they have the ability to do that. Then they also have the opportunity to charge whatever they want to charge for that. And then lastly, they have the ability to be able to dictate within the environment what their fans get to see. And Bill mentioned not only the fans, but we have alumnus who would love to see their grandkids and their kids and their alma maters, athletic programs and other extracurricular activities. So really it's a customized platform that will allow the school to own it. They own it. They build what they want to build. They show what they want to show on that site. And we try to make it as user-friendly as possible.
you kind of touched on this, but who's your target audience here? Who can be a part of Prep Stream?
Well, any high school, pretty much any school, but primarily high school, any school who has the ability or who has the desire to really just stay connected to their community. Any school who said, hey, I know that it's challenging for me to get people in the stands with all of what's going on, but any school who really wants to stay connected and allow their community to stay engaged and be involved in the things that they're doing, and then also it gives them an opportunity to garner support from other sponsors and individuals or companies in the community that want to support those schools as well. They have the ability to have a sponsor page, and that sponsor can support what they're doing, whether it's athletics or any other extracurricular activity.
Very cool. Bill, from your perspective, what do you hope will be the impacts from Prep Stream on the programs and the communities?
Yeah, I think the impact of having a grandmother in another state that would give anything to come up and watch her son or daughter not only play a game, but maybe band, and has never got to see that opportunity to be able to stream into this product and engage in your family that you've never been able to do. That really touches me and touches us. And I used an example the other day. I wanted to go watch one of my godsons, his last band at high school, and they would only allow the parents. And I had planned on going, couldn't go because of that. Had I had Prep Stream, I could have enjoyed it in the comforts of my home.
Absolutely. Gary would talk about the role you see streaming and on-demand, playing, for the high school setting moving forward. Because again, this isn't going to go away anytime soon, but it will go away.
Yeah.
But this has changed how we consume high school sports.
Absolutely. We've been live streaming games for the last 5 or 6 years, so we knew it was coming. We knew that schools were going to have to start finding ways to stay connected other than people walking into the stands. So I don't anticipate that the online streaming and on-demand content is going to go away. I know COVID has just kind of escalated the opportunity for schools to get on board, but it's not going to go away. It's going to be with us for a while.
And then talk about the next steps for anybody that's interested, that's watching right now, that's hearing what you're talking about. How can they, find out more information about Prep Stream?
Right. Well, right now, the exciting thing is we onboarded our first school today. And we are in the process of onboarding schools that are interested. The best way right now is to reach me directly at gnailer@gowithfrontrunner.com. And that way I can talk you through the process. I can schedule a demo with you, and we can make sure that you have a good understanding of the platform. So when we get ready to go live, you can use it and have fun with it, and hopefully make some increase your financial resources, and then most importantly, stay connected to the community and your fans.
Again, that's what was that email address again?
It's gnailer@gowithfrontrunner.com.
All righty. Guys, any additional thoughts here as we finish up talking about Prep Stream, but again, how important it is to stay connected with communities and fans?
It is extremely important, as we all navigate through this COVID in the future and what's going to be different. I believe this is here to stay, because I think it's shown us a positive opportunity and an outcome of something that's not been so great. So always find the positives in things, and I think this is a very positive outcome.
Right. Bill, Gary, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for what you guys are doing, not only with Prep Stream, but also with connecting the fans, connecting the families to their high school teams, and children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, the so on and so forth. The list goes on. We got more coming up. Sending it back over to Aaliyah.
Thank you so much. As you heard, make sure you guys are reaching out to get involved with Prep Stream. It's a great way to stay connected even through this pandemic. And we just want to take the time to thank you for making sure you're staying safe and keeping our sports alive. Staying masked up, sanitizing, social distancing when necessary, and then also doing self-checks and staying at home when you're not feeling well. It's because of you that we're able to have a season and to keep these things alive. So make sure that you are contacting Prep Stream. That way we're able to keep you connected through the season. Speaking of seasons, basketball season, it's starting up, and we're going to talk more about it after this.
2 vehicles, same model, same color, same price. The difference?
The Tom Wood vehicle is a better value because it comes with our exclusive lifetime powertrain coverage at no cost to you. Find the car you want the way you want at tomwood.com.
Welcome back to Around the Mick. Bill White here, DMJ. Going to talk a little high school hoops as we are actually, believe it or not, we are in high school basketball season. Can you believe it first?
We're here. I mean, it was a long time coming, but it's back and it's going strong.
Well, hit on the girls first. Talk about teams that, as we go into this season, we've already actually got a few games in for some of the schools. Some of the schools, not so much yet, thanks to COVID protocols and trying to make sure they keep everybody safe. But let's talk about some of those teams that you look for to rise to the top by the end of the conference season.
Well, Ben Davis is going to be okay. Cromwell is going to be nice. But I tell you what, the team that everyone's talking about, I guess the two would be Lawrence North and North Central. And ironically, they play tomorrow night at North Central. If you think about what they've done over the last season, they played 3 times, but the last game was in the sectional when the baby powder was all over the floor, and just a real wild ending. So that's always a rivalry. Jayla Smith, Meg Newman, what more can you ask for? I mean, great season coming up. These girls are going to play well. The teams it's just going to be a great season. Look forward to it.
And make sure that you keep up with all of your favorite Mick schools on the Mick on their schools' websites, social media platforms, as well as on the Mick Network, having the games of the weeks in the coming weeks, staying connected, keeping you connected to your favorite girls basketball team here in the Mick. Now over to the boys' side. Again, a little tougher because, again, I think parity, top to bottom, this has got to be the best conference in the state. Talk about your favorites going into this season.
Well, going into it, you look at Warren Central, Lawrence North, Cromwell, probably your top 3 teams. Warren Central, Deontay Davis, Malik Stanley, Chandler Jackson, and Sean Black. I mean, the question is, over there, do you have enough basketballs for the amount of offense they can put up? Look at Lawrence North. You have Shamar, probably the top point guard in the state. C.J. Gunn and D.J. Hughes are coming back to that lineup there. Carmel, you get Suter and Charlie Williams and Brian Waddell. Those are the top 3 teams in the mix. But then you go down to another tier after that. You look at Pike, sectional champs last year, so they all have something to say about it, returning Eddie Jones and Loudon and Conwell. So that should be a pretty decent team there. But I tell you, there's one player in the mix that can put up points whenever he wants to. 40, give you 50 he wants, and that's Leland Smith in North Central. So you got to watch out for that team.
Can't forget about that guy. I just remember watching him last year and just seeing him make shots, and I'm just like, you see that, at not just the next level, but 2 levels up.
So 2 levels up.
He's always fun to watch. Also, talk about just, again, what do we expect of this season? Because, again, we didn't expect to have a football season. So, we have another set of protocols in place, but again, thankfully, thanks to the government leadership, thanks to all the athletic departments and all of the volunteer hours from all of the people keeping everything safe, we're looking forward to what we hope to be a basketball season.
We definitely are looking for a basketball season. You know, the thing about it is the way it ended last year, it was a little tough. We had a great sectional play over at Lawrence Central, and it just ended with Lawrence North winning that. It was just one of those things where you hate to see it end, and now we get a chance to start it back up. And I'm going to go back and correct myself. I said Leland Smith. It's Leland Walker. Yep. It's Leland Walker. So definitely don't want you. We'll know once he starts putting up points. We'll get it right. But definitely.
Maybe putting this on social media.
Absolutely. He called me Smith. No, it's Walker. We got you, buddy. We got you. But But anyway, hopefully, like you said, the protocols are in place to have a safe season, and hopefully that's something that we can get a season in. I mean, that's the expectation.
Well, that's going to be the best part here. Looking forward to a great basketball season, understanding that, even though we have a difficult time in front of us, we have a great setup for us, as far as all the MIC schools, having streaming availability through the MIC network and other services that are going to provide MIC games for you guys. That'll do it for us. DMJ, thank you very much, sir, for all your insights. Absolutely. Thank you for the players, all the players that made it out, Donovan McCauley, Kaden Curry, and Carson Steele. And again, thank you very much to our sponsors, Tom Wood, Papa John's, Marriott East, and of course, Frontrunner Media. And thanks so much for the crew, behind-the-scenes crew that make this all possible. You've been watching Around the MIC right here on the MICnetwork.in.